We truly do not appreciate the greatness of our God. And as we stand before him in heaven, bow before him and kneel before him and fall flat on our face, we will understand that our God is far greater than we have ever imagined. This morning, we are going to take a break for a couple weeks from the book of Nehemiah. We'll come back to it in a little while and finish up there, but we're going to take a short hiatus. Sort of like if you have a favorite TV show that you watch and you are enjoying it, you watch several episodes, then it's off for a number of weeks. It takes a short break to build up the excitement, to have you come back and watch it when it comes back for its finale. So we're going to take a short break. Today is Mother's Day, and we are going to be looking in 2 Samuel 21. 2 Samuel 21. Today is a day that we set aside to celebrate our mothers and the impact that they make on our lives. It has been said that the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, because mothers influence our lives so greatly. And today we want to think about the impact of mothers, but we're going to do it in a very unconventional way. And I'll be the first to admit that this is going to be a very unusual Mother's Day sermon. Because often when we think about honoring our mothers, we think about all the things that bring these warm fuzzies into our heart and makes us just think about how much we love our mother. We think about all the care and compassion and help and hope that our mothers give us. Paul writes and describes how he was like a mother caring for her children, how gentle he was. And that brings beautiful images and memories to mind. But this morning, as we look at the scriptures, we understand that often mothering is anything but encouraging. In fact, when we look at the mothers in the Bible, you really don't find any TV families. You think back, Ozzie and Harriet, Leave It to Beaver, Happy Days, Family Matters. You pick your favorite family show where, the mom and the dad, they just get along so great and all the kids love them and do foolish things and learn their lessons from mom. Rather, the Bible doesn't sugarcoat its stories to make them any easier to accept. It explains life as it really is. It shows us mothers who struggled. Think about some of the mothers in the Bible. Eve, the mother of all living. And yet her firstborn son kills a quarter of the world's population. He kills his brother in a very ruthless fashion. Think about Abraham and Sarah. But Sarah mistreats her maid and her son and kicks them out of the house and exiles them out to the desert region. Hannah, mother of Samuel, and yet she lives under constant ridicule from her husband's other wife. James and John's mother comes to Jesus and says, "Let my two boys sit one on either side of you in the kingdom of heaven." So many of the mother stories in the Bible have a dark side to them. But the reality is that is good news for us, because we don't have perfect families either. I am sure that if I asked you about your mother, you could tell me some wonderful stories about how your mother impacted your life. But I'm sure you could also tell me some "you won't believe this" stories about your mother as well. This morning, we want to look at a "you won't believe this" story about a mother in the Old Testament. It's a mother you've probably never heard of. Mother, I'm probably sure you've probably never heard a sermon about. I'll be the first to admit, I really don't want to preach this sermon on Mother's Day. I'd like to preach a nice, cheerful, happy Mother's Day message. But I feel this is the message God wants us to see. Her story is placed in a very dark story of death and vengeance. But don't allow the gruesome nature of this story keep you from hearing the truths that God might speak to your heart about. Because God teaches us in the midst of pain. Because we don't live in a perfect world, we live in a world where we suffer, where we face trials, where we face the consequences of sin. So today we are looking at the story of a woman called Rizpah. Her story is found in 2 Samuel 21.